So we never did discuss how this happened.
Really hurt. Oh, all the
like you fell.
Okay, so people, I've now talked about it on Hoot and Review. I've talked about it on the hey kitty. I've talked about it in the intro for Limited Engagement, and I will now have talked about it here. So the story will be well covered. But I was just.
But you haven't talked about it to me, Jared.
I have not. This is true. So I did also post it on Instagram, but.
I'm too busy editing culture, Jared.
Ah, dude. Yeah, cool your jets, man. We get it. You're the big shot culture editor for Phoenix New Times.
I am not a big shot, dude.
You had to be a big shot, didn't you? Had to open up your mouth.
Oh, God. Here we go. Everywhere we go, it's like, where'd you go? I had to talk to some people. Because that's kind of what I do. So, but... Yeah, I have to open up my mouth, but I'm sorry. Continue. This is about you.
Starting to quote some Billy Joel at you, but that's
let's talk about you.
Yeah. All right. So, I go down this Campbell over here and kind of cross, and then end up running along the canal that goes down there for a while. And there's the this one house has this kind of like palm tree thing that just juts out and covers the entire sidewalk. So I'd gotten off the sidewalk to get around it, and then was going to get back on the sidewalk, and I either didn't... I tripped over the sidewalk or something, anyway, and I just ate pavement. I just totally biffed it. And I must have... it's all on my left... Everything that's injured is on my left side, and I must have hit... my chest here somewhere. I don't think I broke a rib or something. Maybe I bruised them, but it hurts to laugh. It hurts to sneeze. It hurts to.
So we shouldn't be funny this episode.
Well, there's no danger of that.
We started.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. No.
I'll try to turn on the Charmascoach.
Let's talk about a sitcom. That'll help.
Yeah. So, I guess we should do the intro.
Oh, yeah, this is What the Fork.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jared.
Welcome to the show.
Yep.
So,
boom.
We're available on the socials.
At LTD_engagement.
Jason E. Kyle, Keil, on the Twitter.
And at What the Fork Pod on Instagram, Twitter. You can email whattheforkpod@gmail.com if you want to.
Yep.
I don't think anybody ever has. This, which is interesting. So,
but they freaking should.
They should. If you guys want to leave feedback or say something, I know we're this. I mean, it's by far the most popular show I do, which is.
It's because of our hot takes on the Eagles.
It is indeed. Yes. It's for all the tangents. It can't possibly be for a serious discussion on The Good Place.
No. We did border on a serious discussion last episode, though. That was wonderful.
You know what? I really enjoyed talking to Chris, and you know, he had some really. He came prepared. He had that whole. Interview with Michael Schur talking about the influence of David Foster Wallace, and he had he brought it. So,
yes, he did.
If you haven't listened to that episode, go back and listen to that. But lots of people have. But yeah, if you could, especially if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, if you'd be so kind as to rate and review the show and subscribe anywhere you listen, because all of that stuff helps. And you know, I mean, when we've got like a big deal as a co-host here, you know, freaking culture editor for the Phoenix New Times over here. I mean, come on, man of influence. You should be driving our numbers way the fuck up.
You know, I mean, I you think so? I mean, have I? Do we get the New Times bump?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
only time will tell.
Oh, the New Times will tell.
Only the New Times. Yeah. Well, but I mean, we are part of your Twitter bio, so
and we're kind of in my bio.
Oh yeah.
So that I co-host a podcast on The Good Place. Not mention us by name because I mean I'm not going to use my my influence to get people to listen.
Well, I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, just search Good Place Podcast, and it's going to be the one not hosted by the guy who plays Sean.
Yeah, indeed.
No.
But okay, so we're back into it, discussing the show, because season 3 has dropped on Netflix.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
As of Tuesday, correct?
Yeah, it was the 27th, right?
Yeah. So, I got something to confess, though.
Yes.
I told Jared.
Well, first of all, I don't know if it can be called a Jared so much anymore, because you also, quote unquote, pulled a Jared with not watching the Comic-Con panel as well. So I think it's just I'm
gonna if it happens again.
Mm-hmm. If you pull the hat trick.
If I pulled the hat trick, mm-hmm. we can rename what pulling a Jared is.
We can call it a Fork Buddy Classic.
Yeah, it hits classic status.
Yeah,
but until then, and right now we're still in pulling a Jared mode.
Fine, all right, I can deal with it. I don't mind. Shall we get on with it then?
Let's do it. So by pulling a Jared, we should explain what pulling a Jared is.
Well, long-time listeners should know. Long-time Fork Buddies, original Fork Buddies, OFBs, if you will.
Let's pretend. Let's pretend they don't exist. Pulling a Jared means I didn't watch the episode because I only had 2 days to watch it, and I didn't use my time wisely.
Well, and I didn't watch it because I didn't realize until you messaged me about an hour ago that we were fully confirmed to record today. So this should be good.
Yeah, it should be good. Well, someone's like gonna go out of town tomorrow. Like you said, this is like the only day you could do it.
Well, no, I have plans for tomorrow night, and then I am driving out to Tucson on Saturday, and I grabbed my all-day pass for Hoko Fest for Sunday, so I'm going to see Bill fucking Callahan and
fucking A, dude.
Yeah, and Hal Gelb, whom I've talked to, whose number I have, who has said on several occasions, "I'm definitely down to do your podcast." But
how's that
when
going?
I come up from Tucson, we get there like minutes before the show, and he's not lying. He gets there like minutes before the show.
So like since you have him on speed dial, like when can we expect this episode to drop?
You know what? I'm starting to think that maybe I just need to set something up with him and drive down to freaking Tucson and do it because, I think that I will have better success that way.
Oh, I mean that sounds like a good idea.
Although I'm batting 500 for not losing episodes on people that I've driven down to Tucson to talk to. So I've driven down to Tucson. So I got Robin Hitchcock,
right,
and I lost Chuck Prophet.
Oh, that's right. I've heard this story.
I was so upset because he almost never plays in Arizona, and we had a really interesting talk. Some of it was kind of weird. Mostly because I had to negotiate some things because he didn't really want to talk about his songwriting, and he didn't want to talk about a lot of like his influence, but he wanted to talk about music, and he wanted to talk about some other things. So it was, but I have faith that I will talk to him at some other point because we have a direct connection. And a mutual friend. He is not, but we have a mutual friend. One of his co-writers is actually a friend of mine who's Hoon Waddle is actually going to publish a book of his poetry in the fall.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, and it'll happen at some point.
All right.
I may have to go to San Francisco to do it, but
I couldn't think of a better excuse to go.
I would go to San Francisco for no excuse. I like San Francisco quite a bit.
As do I. I like everything, but how much everything costs.
That's living there is impossible. I don't know how people do it. Actually, I do know how at least one person does it, and it's due to rent control.
Yeah. I talked to I wouldn't say he's a local musician, but he's pretty darn close. And he moved to the Bay Area for close to a year. And yeah, he found it extremely difficult to make a living, just doing music and whatnot.
I'm sure there are a lot of great venues to play there, but actually, like being able to make a sustainable living and not live in a closet or live with like 10 other people, I can't imagine. Yeah,
Airbnb, man, it's gonna happen to Phoenix. I guarantee it.
Oh, it'll happen here for sure.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's beginning to happen here. I hope I can buy a place before it gets completely unaffordable. But yeah. All right. So, shall we dive into season 3?
Yeah. Is this episode 1? Everything is Bonzer?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh man.
Yep. Swamp Stomp. Oh, come on, internet! Don't do this to me.
So while we're buffering, yeah. Oh, here we go. Never mind.
I still believe that they would have become good people if they'd just gotten a push.
Oh, we're getting the recap.
In the right
we can talk
direction.
over the recap.
Yeah.
Oh no! What are you talking about?
No idea.
It's only 4 people, and it's clearly the best way to see if bad people can become good without knowing anything about what's waiting for them in the afterlife.
Okay, let's do it. But there have to be strict rules. Otherwise, the results will be tainted. And I reserve the right to change my mind at any point.
Would someone who's not an eternal being please explain to me what the...
She's about to plug her podcast.
She was.
Yeah. And Maya Rudolph stopped her.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Maya Rudolph is still awesome.
Yes.
If you're listening, Maya Rudolph, you're welcome to be a guest on any hiatus episode.
Yep.
Hell, we'll even make room for you on a season episode.
We'll just make room for you, period.
In fact, if you'd like to be co-host, I will happily vacate my post.
Oh, that's gracious of you. That I'm the one who gets to
to stay and talk to Maya Rudolph.
Yeah. Mike O'Malley.
He's great as the doorman.
So, I have this ruling.
Have you by chance ever watched Glee?
Heading on down to Earth.
Glee? No.
No.
Did you ever see his sitcom? His short-lived sitcom?
He has a few.
Does he?
But it's necessary for the experiment that we're doing there. So, how long does this trip take? Hope I don't get a middle seat.
Wow. I haven't heard a joke in 8,000 years. And I still haven't.
Oh, burn.
Go to Earth. You go through there, you'll be wherever you need to be. You won't have any other powers, though. You want to get around, you're just going to have to take a bus or something.
A bus? Oh, boy. Oh, man, I'm going to sit in a front-facing seat. Or no, maybe a sideways-facing seat. I'm going to get so motion sick. Oh, what do I do? Just grab the key?
Whoa. This key is made of the very first atoms that came into existence in the universe. It is one of a kind and cannot be duplicated. See? Do not duplicate. Only I touch this key.
And what's the significance of the keychain?
Nothing. I just like frogs. I'm a frog guy.
Are you a frog guy, Jared?
Frogs are okay.
Alone.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Press
they're
this
all right.
button. Any questions? No? Great. Knock yourself out.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you saw the Camilla thing. And then
Oh, yeah.
there's the erectile dysfunction ad.
Mm-hmm.
Important moment in our Jeez, watch it, man.
He is the worst dressed biker.
He is, yes. Did you know? I didn't notice the ponytail the first time I watched that.
And it's definitely a Juan Swanson mustache that Pillboy is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just on
As he
Earth.
gets out of a
It
Swanson
was
safe.
incredible. the traffic, the pigeons, and I saw this place that was at once a Pizza Hut and a Taco Bell.
Okay, so
Oh, the mind.
he didn't get the one that was like the Pizza Hut and the Taco